Tonight, we gently open the door to stillness together. The world can be loud, rushed, and full of motion, but here in this quiet corner of your evening, everything slows. Tonight's journey is not a lesson to memorize or a problem to solve. It is an invitation, a soft space to return to yourself, to breathe, to listen, and to remember what has always been waiting beneath the noise. Life can be difficult, but we find peace here, not by escaping it, but by sitting with it, hand in hand. No judgment, no rush, just a quiet knowing that this moment is enough. So before we settle in, feel free to like and subscribe only if this space brings you peace. And let us share this space together. Tell me where you're listening from and what time it is where you are. We may be far apart, but our stillness connects us. Now dim the lights, maybe light a candle or incense, and let's wander into stillness together. You sit quietly. The room is dim. Your breath slows, your shoulders fall just a bit lower. You listen not with the mind that chatters, but with the part of you that understands peace. In this stillness, you begin to notice that quiet isn't the absence of sound. It is a presence, a warmth, a kind of homecoming. You might hear the distant hum of the world outside, a car passing, the soft rustle of wind against your window, the quiet pulse of your own breath. These are not distractions. These are invitations. Every sound, every sensation is asking you, can you rest here? You breathe in, and the air feels cool in your nose. You breathe out, and it leaves with a whisper. You start to feel just how alive this moment is. Not because it's exciting, but because it's real. Like a still pond that reflects the sky, your mind starts to settle. Thoughts may come and go, but you no longer chase them. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to think your way into calm. You are calm underneath it all. This is the opening calm, the first gentle letting go. There's a Zen story about a student who asked his master, "How do I enter Zen?" The master simply replied, "Do you hear the sound of the stream outside?" The student paused. "Yes," he said. "Enter from there," the master replied. And so tonight, maybe your doorway into peace is the sound of your own breath, or the weight of your body resting on the bed, or the warmth in your chest when you think of someone you love. Whatever it is that is your stream, enter from there. There's no need to try, no need to figure it all out. You are not here to master silence. You are here to remember that silence is already within you. As you soften into this space, feel how the body responds. The jaw loosens. The eyes soften even behind closed lids. The hands, often clenched, without us knowing, begin to relax. It's as if every part of you is saying, "Thank you. I needed this." Let go of your day. Let go of the shoulds, the plans, the lingering conversations. Let them drift like leaves on a river. You are not pushing them away. You're just letting them float downstream. You don't have to go anywhere. There is no perfect version of you that needs to arrive. There is only this moment, this breath, this gentle being. So many of us live in a rhythm of doing. Even when we rest, we think about what's next. But tonight, you are allowed to simply be. Reflect for a moment. When was the last time you truly allowed yourself to rest without guilt? Rest is not a luxury. It is a return to balance, to breath, to awareness. And as we begin this journey of Buddhist stories and Zen teachings, remember this: they are not meant to impress you. They are meant to touch you, to meet the quiet part of you that already knows. Let this moment be a beginning, not with fireworks or declarations, but with a sigh, a breath, a pause. You are safe here. You are held here. You are whole here. And with that, you listen. Embracing impermanence is like standing at the edge of a quiet river. You watch the water flow by smooth, constant, effortless. You can't stop it. You don't try. You just stand there listening to its song, watching reflections ripple and dissolve. That's what life is like, isn't it? Everything flows. Everything changes. And still, the river continues. You sit now in stillness, but even here, you can feel it, the motion inside the stillness. A pulse, a wave of breath rising and falling in your chest, the cool air brushing your skin, the subtle warmth of your body meeting the bed beneath you, everything moving, everything shifting gently. The Buddha taught that everything conditioned is impermanent. It is born, it arises, it changes, it fades. At first, this might sound sad, like a loss. But look closer. What if impermanence isn't the thief, but the gift giver? If nothing ever changed, you would never heal from sadness. You'd never outgrow pain. The seasons would never turn, and the morning sun would never rise. Imagine holding one breath forever. It would become suffering, not life. It's the release that gives it meaning. There is a story told in Zen circles about a monk who was asked what the essence of the Dharma was. He looked up from sweeping leaves and said, "Everything changes." His visitor looked confused. "That's it?" he asked. The monk smiled and kept sweeping. The wind rustled more leaves down from the trees. "That's it," he said. "You listen to your breath, in and out. Each breath is a little birth and a little death, a beginning and an end. But in that letting go, space is made for the next. That's the gift. If you try to hold it to grasp at the inhale and never let it leave, you suffer. But if you let it come and let it go, you find rhythm. You find flow. And so it is with all things. A relationship may change. A role you played may end. A chapter in your life may close. And you may feel the ache of it. That's natural. You're human. But beneath that ache is a truth deeper than pain, that you were alive for it. That it was real. That it moved through you like wind through the grass. Nothing stays. But everything leaves traces. Think of a garden. The petals fall, but the soil remembers. The blooms fade, but the roots remain. The gardener does not cry when the flower dies. She knows it is part of the cycle. She knows that without the fall, there is no rise. Without death, no rebirth. There's a teaching in Buddhism called anicca, impermanence. It is one of the 3 marks of existence. It is not a flaw in life. It is the very condition that makes peace and awakening possible. When you truly begin to see the changing nature of things, not just understand it intellectually, but feel it in your bones, you stop grasping so tightly. You soften. You love more freely. You forgive faster. You realize that every moment matters, not because it will last, but because it won't. And that's beautiful. Do you remember the first time you watched a sunset that took your breath away? Or the sound of someone's laugh who is no longer in your life? Do you remember the way it felt when you were truly seen? Or when you sat in the silence of a room after something big had ended? Those moments, so fragile, so fleeting, are the ones that shape you. A Zen poet once wrote, "This dewdrop world is but a dewdrop world, and yet, that pause, that repetition, and yet, it holds the ache and the wonder of being human. Yes, everything fades, and yet, we love, we try, We show up anyway. There's a parable of a man walking through a field when he's chased by a tiger. He runs, and as he nears a cliff, he grabs a vine and swings over the edge. Below him, another tiger waits. As he hangs suspended between danger and death, he sees a ripe strawberry growing on the vine. He picks it and eats it, and it is the sweetest strawberry he's ever tasted. That's life. The tiger above, the tiger below, but also the strawberry glowing red and alive in this very moment. You can't keep the tigers away, but you can taste the strawberry. Where are the strawberries in your life? What small sweetness can you notice tonight, even if everything around you feels uncertain? Maybe it's the way the sheets feel against your skin, or the weight of your body gently sinking into rest. Maybe it's the memory of someone who made you smile. Maybe it's just this moment of peace, of breath, of listening. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to make your life permanent. You just need to see it clearly. Everything you have loved and will love will pass, but that love lives on in you, not as something to hold, but as something to feel again and again in the quiet moments when you need it most. Look around your life not with fear, but with soft eyes. What are you ready to let go of? What have you been gripping tightly, hoping it wouldn't change? Maybe it's time to loosen your fingers, not to throw it away, but to let it become what it needs to be. The moon reflects in the pond. Then a breeze comes, and the image scatters. But the moon hasn't gone. It's still above you. It was never really in the pond. It was just light dancing on the water. Let your memories be like that. Reflections of something true, but not the thing itself. Let them move. Let them shimmer. Let them go. Impermanence is not the enemy. It is the teacher. Without it, the child wouldn't grow. The song would never end. The night would never fall, and the stars would never shine. You sit here now, and you are changing. Even in this stillness, the body renews itself. The thoughts drift. The cells shift. You are not the same as you were 5 minutes ago. And yet something deep remains. The witness, the awareness, the gentle presence within. That is not something to cling to. It is something to be. So take another breath. Feel it rise and fall. This one will pass, and the next will come. And in that dance you will find your rhythm. You will find your peace. Let this truth soothe you tonight. Nothing lasts, but nothing is ever truly lost. You are part of the river. Not a stone trying to resist the current, but a leaf learning to float. You are not separate from life. You are life unfolding breath by breath. Let the old stories fall away. Let the regrets drift downriver. Let the fear soften its grip. You are held in something far larger than your worries. And that something is this moment. Always this moment. Always changing. Always now. You feel a gentle invitation deep within a whisper in your heart that beckons you to let go. It might be a feeling you've carried for days, years, or even lifetimes. Perhaps it's a weight you've carried quietly, something you hold so tightly that it feels like part of you even though it causes pain. Tonight, this invitation is simple to release, to soften your grip and make space. Imagine holding a kite string in your hand. You feel the tug of the wind pulling the kite higher, stronger. You grip tightly, afraid it might fly away, afraid it might be lost. But the harder you hold, the more resistance you feel. The kite strains, thrashes, and finally it might snap free, leaving you with a sudden emptiness, a sharp loss. Now picture the same kite, but this time your hand is gentle. The string moves freely between your fingers. You feel the dance of wind and kite, the joyful play. The kite soars gracefully, twisting and turning in the open sky, its colors vivid against the blue. You smile because you know it is free, and so are you. This is the art of letting go, not as a painful surrender, but as a tender freedom. You may ask yourself, what am I holding too tightly? Maybe it's a memory that weighs on your heart. Perhaps it's a fear of the future, an expectation unmet, or a part of your story that no longer fits. Notice how holding on feels in your body. Is there a tightness in your chest, a clench in your jaw, a heaviness in your limbs? Breathe into those places, now inviting softness. There is a Zen teaching that says, let go or be dragged. This does not mean you must abandon everything. Rather, it invites you to notice what is dragging you down and to release it gently, to make space for lightness, peace, and movement. One evening, a young student came to a wise monk burdened by worries and regrets. He carried a heavy sack on his back filled with stones, each one representing a painful memory or fear. The monk said, "Come with me." They walked to a river. The monk asked, "Can you carry your stones across the water?" The student nodded. Step by step, he waded into the cool river, but the stones pulled him down deeper. When he tried to lift the sack, it was heavy and wet. The monk smiled and said, "Why carry the stones? Let them go in the river." At first, the student hesitated, afraid to lose even a single stone. But slowly he began to open his hands, releasing one stone after another. The water took them gently, and the burden lightened. By the time they reached the other shore, his back was free and his heart lighter. Letting go is like that river flowing, gentle, transforming. It is not about forgetting or denying, but about releasing what no longer serves. As you breathe, now feel the rhythm of your own letting go. Inhale deeply, gathering your tension, and exhale fully, softening your grip on whatever weighs you down. What if freedom was waiting behind the tightness? What if love and peace were found not in holding fast, but in opening wide? Think of the wind through the trees on a quiet autumn day. The leaves cling at first, but eventually they release, swirling down to nourish the earth below. The trees stand tall and bare, resting, preparing for new life to come. They do not fight the fall, they embrace it. You too have seasons within you, times of growth and times of release, times of flowering and times of rest. Each season has its purpose, and none lasts forever. There is a beautiful Zen story about a student who asked the master, "How can I achieve peace?" The master replied, "Peace comes when you stop grasping at things that slip away." The student looked confused. The master then held out his empty hands and said, "Your hands are like this, open and free, not clenched tight. Be like these hands. Let go. Feel your hands now. Are they clenched? Are your fingers tight? Let them soften. Let them rest open like a flower welcoming the morning sun." Sometimes letting go feels like falling. You may fear the fall, the unknown, the empty space beneath. But falling is part of flying. Without release, there is no rise. Consider the story of a bird learning to fly. The fledgling leaves the nest for the first time, hesitant and unsure. It flaps awkwardly, feeling the wind catch beneath its wings. It may stumble, it may fall, but each fall teaches trust. Trust in the air, trust in the body, trust in life's unseen hands holding you up. You are learning to trust too. Trust that letting go will not lead to loss, but to liberation. Trust that life supports you, even when you cannot see the path ahead. Sit quietly with this now. Feel the spaces in your body where tension eases. Notice how breath flows more freely as you soften your grasp on worry and fear. There is no need to rush this process. Letting go is like peeling layers from an onion, gradual, gentle, sometimes bringing tears, but always revealing the sweetness within. Reflect. What would it feel like to release one small burden today? You don't have to solve everything at once. Even a tiny act of release is a step toward peace. Imagine a garden in late autumn. The gardener moves through the rows, pruning dead branches and raking fallen leaves. It is not a sad task, but a sacred one, clearing space for new growth. You are the gardener of your own heart. What might you gently prune? What fallen leaves might you gather and set down? Sometimes holding on comes from fear of change, fear of emptiness, fear of being alone. These fears are natural. They arise in the mind like clouds drifting across a vast sky. But remember, clouds come and go. The sky remains. You are that sky, vast, open, always present beneath the changing clouds. Let the clouds drift freely tonight. Do not chase them. Do not try to pin them down. Watch them pass and find peace in the vastness beneath. There's a story of a monk who carried a heavy load of suffering. He walked to a mountain and sat quietly watching the sunset bleed colors into the sky. After some time, he noticed a single star appear, shining steadily. He realized that no matter the darkness or storms, that star remained a beacon of hope and light. You are that star. No matter what storms arise, the light within you shines quietly, steadily. Allow that light to grow as you let go. Breathe in freedom. Breathe out fear. You may notice resistance. That's okay. Resistance is part of the process, a sign that something precious is ready to be released. Imagine you are holding a cup filled to the brim with water. You cannot pour anything new in until you empty a little out. Letting go is the spilling of the old to make room for the new. What newness might enter your life if you made space? You don't need to answer now. Just hold the question lightly, like a feather floating on a breeze. There is a natural rhythm to life. Inhale and exhale, rise and fall, coming and going. Trying to hold on to the inhale when the exhale is ready only causes discomfort. Tonight you practice following the natural rhythm. You practice surrendering to the flow. You practice freedom. As you breathe out, feel your body soften more and more. Your jaw unclenches. Your shoulders drop. Your heart expands just a little, making room for peace. Letting go is not losing yourself. It is finding yourself, your truest, most spacious self. Sit in this spaciousness for a moment. Feel the quiet joy that comes from release. You may not see it yet, but every small act of letting go is like planting a seed deep in the earth. It is invisible now, but one day it will grow into a strong, blossoming tree. This tree is your life, rooted in peace, reaching toward the sky. And as the tree sheds its leaves, so you shed old fears, regrets, and burdens. This is natural. This is healing. You do not walk this path alone. The trees, the river, the wind, they all whisper encouragement. They tell you to trust, to flow, to open. You listen. You breathe. You let go. And in that letting go, you find freedom beyond words. Take one more deep breath in and one slow breath out. Feel your hands resting gently, now open and free like the sky. Let your heart soften. You are learning the art of letting go. And it is beautiful. You feel a gentle stirring inside, a quiet invitation to open your heart to touch kindness and compassion in its softest form. Compassion is not a grand gesture reserved for heroes. It is the simple act of presence, the quiet offering of care that ripples far beyond what the eye can see. Imagine for a moment a single pebble dropped into a still pond. the stone sinks, and concentric circles spread wide and far touching shores unseen. That is the power of compassion. Small acts creating waves of kindness in the vast sea of life. As you settle deeper into your breath, imagine compassion as the warm sunlight filtering through ancient trees, casting dappled light on the forest floor. It doesn't shout or demand attention. It simply shines. It nurtures, it reveals, it heals. There's a story of a Zen master who was once walking along a path when he saw a man struggling to carry a heavy bundle across a swollen river. Without hesitation, the master stepped into the cold water and helped the man reach the other side safely. When the man asked, "Why did you help a stranger?" the master replied simply, "Because I too have carried heavy burdens. You are not alone in your struggles. Neither is anyone else." Compassion begins with this simple recognition that all beings carry burdens seen and unseen. This shared human experience is the soil from which kindness grows. Take a moment now to reflect on your own life. Can you recall a time when someone's simple kindness shifted the course of your day? Perhaps a friend's listening ear during a difficult time, a stranger's smile on a lonely street, or even your own gentle care for yourself when no one else was near. These moments may seem small, but their impact can be profound, planting seeds of warmth in the heart's quiet garden. Breathing slowly, picture yourself dropping a pebble into a serene pond. Watch as the ripples emerge, spreading softly, reaching far off edges you cannot see. Your kindness, no matter how quiet or unseen, travels like these ripples, touching lives beyond your knowing. Ask yourself now with a tender heart, how might I offer compassion to myself tonight? How might I extend that same kindness to others? Compassion is also an inward journey. It invites you to turn towards your own pain with gentle curiosity rather than avoidance. When you cradle your own suffering with the tenderness of a loving friend, you begin to heal. Imagine holding your pain in cupped hands like a fragile bird that needs care and safety. This is not weakness, but profound courage. Picture a child learning to walk, sometimes stumbling, sometimes falling, yet rising with an innocent, fearless smile. You too are that child, imperfect, but brave, growing through each challenge. How would you speak to this child inside you? With patience, with encouragement, with boundless love. The Buddha taught that compassion is the heart of wisdom. When you act from this place, you see beyond divisions and judgments. You recognize the shared threads that bind all living beings, threads woven from longing, joy, suffering, and hope. Notice how compassion softens harsh edges. It melts away anger, fear, and isolation, creating space for connection and understanding. It does not erase pain or deny struggle, but holds them tenderly, like a mother soothing her child through a storm. In this still moment, breathe kindness into your own heart. Imagine it flowing like warm honey, slowly spreading through every corner of your being. Let it fill you with light and calm. Then see it radiate outward, touching those you love, even those you find difficult to embrace. You might wonder, what difference can one small act of kindness make in this vast, complicated world? But remember, each ripple reaches further than you can imagine. Tonight, allow yourself to plant seeds of compassion deep in your mind and heart. Tend them with gentle care and watch as they grow into mighty trees of peace. If your heart feels heavy or resistant, that is natural. Compassion is a practice that unfolds over time like the slow opening of a flower petal. It requires patience with yourself and with the world. Imagine a vast web, delicate yet strong, spanning across the earth. Every thread connects to another. Every thread matters. You are part of this web, Your acts of kindness are strands of light weaving through it, strengthening its pattern. There is a Zen saying, "If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion." It reminds you that your well-being and the well-being of others are not separate. Compassion is the bridge connecting your heart to the hearts of all beings. As you breathe, sense the tenderness within you growing. Let it dissolve boundaries between self and other. Allow your heart to expand like the vast sky, embracing all beings without judgment. Perhaps your mind drifts to someone you struggle to forgive or understand. Imagine extending the soft light of compassion towards them, not to excuse actions, but to recognize their humanity and pain. This doesn't mean you must forget or reconcile, but that you offer a blessing of peace for both yourself and them. Consider the story of a monk who encountered a thief in his monastery. Instead of anger or fear, the monk offered kindness and forgiveness. The thief, touched by such unexpected compassion, was moved to change his ways. This tale shows the transformative power of compassion, not as weakness, but as strength beyond words. You might also reflect on how compassion shows up in your daily life in small, unnoticed ways. The quiet patience you offer a coworker, the gentle tone you use when speaking to yourself, the willingness to listen fully without interrupting. These humble acts build the foundation of a compassionate heart. As your breath deepens, imagine yourself wrapped in a soft, warm blanket of kindness. Feel how it protects you, soothes you, and invites you to rest. There is a profound peace that comes from living compassionately, a peace that is steady, enduring, and true. Now bring your awareness to your body. Notice any areas where tension softens when you think of compassion. Maybe your chest feels more open, your jaw unclenches, your shoulders drop. Let these subtle shifts remind you that compassion is embodied, not just an idea. In your mind's eye, picture a garden filled with blooming flowers. Each flower represents an act of compassion, some bright and showy, others small and hidden. Together, they create a vibrant landscape of love and care. Imagine yourself as the gardener, tending this sacred space with patience and devotion. You water the seeds of kindness, remove weeds of judgment, and welcome sunlight of understanding. No garden grows without care. No heart opens without attention. So tonight, promise yourself one simple act of compassion. It could be as quiet as resting a hand over your heart, as simple as breathing kindly into a worry, or as bold as forgiving someone who hurt you long ago. Whatever it is, honor it as a sacred offering to yourself and the world. Feel how your breath becomes lighter, your mind calmer. Let kindness be the rhythm that guides you deeper into peace. Remember, even in the darkest night, a single candle shines bright. Your compassion is that candle, steady, gentle, unwavering. Let its light lead you. As you prepare to drift towards sleep, carry this warmth with you. Know that compassion is not just for waking hours. It lives in your dreams, in your rest, in the silent spaces between thoughts. Breathe in compassion. Breathe out love. You are kindness. You are compassion. You are the light in the world. And in this, you find your true home. You bring your attention now to the most natural, intimate rhythm of your being, your breath. It flows quietly within you, unceasing, subtle, life-giving. The breath is your anchor to the present moment, a gentle thread that connects your inner world with the vastness around you. Feel the coolness of the air as it enters your nostrils, soft and refreshing, like a gentle breeze on a warm day. Notice how it moves deeper, filling your lungs, expanding your belly, gently outward. Then with ease, the breath releases warm and tender, flowing out like a whisper into the quiet night. Each inhale is a gift. Each exhale a release. You don't need to change or control this breath. It moves as it will, perfectly designed to sustain your life and calm your mind. You are simply here to witness, to be present with it. There's a simple Zen teaching that goes, when you breathe in, know you are breathing in. When you breathe out, know you are breathing out. This mindfulness practice invites you to fully inhabit each breath, dissolving worries about what was or what will be. Your breath is always now. Imagine your breath as a steady river flowing through you. Sometimes it moves quickly, rushing over rocks and stones. Sometimes it slows, pooling in calm, quiet eddies. You observe this river of breath, not trying to change its course, but simply allowing it to be. Visualize a serene lake at dawn. Its surface is glassy, reflecting the soft pink and gold of the awakening sky. A single pebble drops into the water, sending ripples outward, slow, deliberate, gentle. Those ripples expand and then fade, leaving the lake calm once more. Your breath is like that pebble, creating waves of awareness that spread through your body and mind. With every inhale, you invite calm. With every exhale, you release tension. As you breathe, you may notice thoughts rising in your mind, perhaps plans for tomorrow, memories from the day, or random distractions. This is natural. The mind is a river of thoughts flowing endlessly. But here, you are not the river. You are the riverbank, steady and unmoved. Watch the thoughts drift by like leaves floating on a stream. You don't chase them. You don't push them away. You simply observe and then gently return your attention to the breath. There's a story of a young monk who came to his master, troubled by a restless mind filled with racing thoughts and worries. The master gave him simple instructions. Sit and breathe. Watch your breath as it moves in and out. Do not fight the thoughts, but do not follow them either. Let them pass like clouds across the sky. At first, the monk struggled. His mind was loud and unruly, like a wild horse. But with patient practice, he discovered a vast stillness beneath the noise, a peaceful sanctuary where his mind could rest. You are that sanctuary. Your breath is the door that opens into this place of calm. Reflect quietly. What sensations do I notice in my breath? How does it connect me to this moment? Feel the way your chest rises gently on the inhale and falls softly on the exhale. Sense the subtle expansion and contraction of your belly, like the slow, steady ebb and flow of ocean tides. Allow your breath to find its natural rhythm, slow and easy, not forced, not hurried. Let it be as soft as a feather drifting down from a tree, or as steady as the heartbeat beneath your skin. As you settle deeper into this rhythm, bring awareness to how your body responds. Perhaps you notice muscles releasing tension you didn't know you held. Your jaw unclenches your forehead, smooths your shoulders, drop away from your ears like leaves falling from a tree. With each breath, you invite more relaxation and presence. Your breath carries life force, what some traditions call prana or chi. It links you to the earth beneath your feet and the vast sky above your head. Feel this connection as a thread weaving you into the greater whole, grounding and uplifting you simultaneously. You might imagine roots growing from your feet deep into the earth, anchoring you firmly. Or picture a gentle light above your head, soft and radiant, connecting you to the infinite. Your breath moves through this space, linking body, mind, and spirit. As you continue, you may become aware of subtle sensations, the cool air touching your nostrils, the slight tickle of breath on your upper lip, the rise and fall of your rib cage. These delicate feelings anchor you in the now. There is no need to alter your breath. Just observe with kindness and curiosity, like a gentle friend noticing you with full attention. If your mind wanders, as it will gently guide it back to the breath. No judgment, no frustration, just a soft return. This returning home again and again is the heart of mindfulness. It is the practice of being present, fully, kindly, patiently. With each breath, you build a foundation of calm and clarity beneath the shifting waves of thought. In this calm, you find ease. You find yourself. And you find a refuge, a place you can always come back to, no matter what storms rage outside. Take a deep breath in now, feeling the fullness of life entering your body. Exhale slowly, releasing all tension. Know that your breath is always with you, a faithful companion in all moments. You might find it helpful to count your breaths. Gently inhale 1, exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2, and then let go of counting, simply feeling the natural flow. This counting is like dipping your toes into a cool stream before swimming fully. It calms the mind and invites focus. Breath is the bridge between body and mind. When your breath slows, your mind slows. When your breath deepens, your mind expands. You may begin to notice a softness inside, a gentle spaciousness where stress and worry lose their grip. Breathe into that space. Let your breath be the music to which your body moves relaxed and at ease. In many Buddhist traditions, breath meditation is the foundation for all mindfulness practice. It is the doorway into presence, the key to awakening. By simply watching your breath, you cultivate patience, compassion, and insight. It is a practice of kindness toward yourself, accepting whatever arises without judgment. There is a saying, mindfulness is the aware, balanced acceptance of the present experience. It isn't more complicated than that. It is opening to or receiving the present moment, pleasant or unpleasant, just as it is without either clinging to it or rejecting it. As you breathe in this moment, you learn to open your heart to what is. No need to fix, no need to change, just a gentle allowing. If fear or discomfort arises, breathe into it. Imagine your breath as a soft light illuminating shadowy corners within. Breath heals. Breath steadies. Breath brings you home. As you prepare to rest, carry this breath awareness with you. Let it be the quiet song that lulls you into deep sleep. Know that no matter where your thoughts wander in the night, your breath remains. A quiet, steady anchor holding you safe. Rest now in this knowing. Your breath is life. Your breath is peace. You are here. You are present. You are whole. Take one more full breath in and exhale with a sigh of release. Feel the calmness spreading through every cell. You are ready to rest. You are ready to dream. You are ready to be. You carry within yourself the profound wisdom of balance, the artful, graceful dance known in Buddhist teachings as the middle way. This is not a narrow or rigid path, but a gentle unfolding that invites harmony between extremes, a compassionate wisdom that understands life in its fullness. The middle way is the tender space where you neither cling too tightly to pleasure nor push away discomfort, where you meet each moment with openness and clarity, walking steadily through the shifting terrain of experience. As you settle softly into your breath, imagine yourself walking along a narrow forest path. On one side, the earth slopes sharply downward into shadowy depths. On the other, brambles and thorns reach out sharp and unforgiving. You move with mindful care. Your steps measured, your body balanced. You feel the earth beneath your feet solid and sure. Yet you are aware of the precarious edges, the need for attention and gentleness. This path is the middle way. A tender navigation between danger and resistance, between pushing too hard and surrendering too easily. It is the wisdom of moderation, inviting you to listen deeply to your body, your mind, and your heart. It calls you to honor your needs and limits, responding with kindness rather than harsh judgment. Buddha taught that suffering arises from extremes, either grasping too tightly to desires or rejecting reality in avoidance. The middle way invites you to soften this grip, to meet life as it is without illusions or resistance, cultivating a steady and open heart. Reflect for a moment. Where in your life do you find yourself leaning too far to one side? In what areas are you caught in extremes of effort or withdrawal, control, or surrender? Perhaps there are times when you push yourself relentlessly, chasing perfection or achievement, forgetting the gentle art of rest. Or moments when you pull away from the world, retreating into safety to avoid pain or uncertainty. Both extremes can create imbalance, subtle but persistent tension within the body and mind. The middle way is not a destination, but a living practice, a constant returning to balance, an ongoing dance with your changing needs and circumstances. Feel your breath now moving in its natural rhythm, in, out, steady, easy. The inhale rises, the exhale falls. Neither is more important. Both sustain each other, flowing effortlessly in an eternal dance. As you breathe, become aware of any tension held in your body, perhaps in your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, or your belly. Invite a gentle softness into these areas with each exhale. Imagine the tension melting away like morning mist touched by the sun's first light. Let your muscles relax. Allow your body to settle into a natural, comfortable ease. Notice how this ease feels: a subtle release, a gentle opening, a quiet peace. There is a Zen teaching about the swing of a gate. A student asked the master, "How do I find enlightenment?" The master answered, "Find the balance in the swing of the gate, neither too wide nor too narrow." Your life is like that gate, swinging between challenges and peace, effort and surrender. The middle way is the space where ease and wisdom meet. Consider how balance is found throughout nature. The ocean tides rise and fall with steady grace, governed by the moon's pull. They never resist, nor do they cling, but move with an innate rhythm. Trees sway with the wind, bending without breaking, rooted yet flexible. The seasons turn, each with its own perfect timing and purpose. You too are part of this natural flow, this dance of balance and change. As you continue to breathe, feel your mind settle into this rhythm. Let thoughts come and go like leaves floating gently on a river's surface. You are the riverbank, steady and unmoving, watching the flow without judgment. If you notice yourself tipping toward anxiety, frustration, or fatigue, gently return your attention to your breath, your steady anchor. This returning home is the heart of mindfulness, and the middle way, a tender practice of kindness and patience with yourself. Balance is not perfection. It is not a fixed point, but a dynamic dance, a flowing movement that shifts with time and circumstance. It requires your awareness, your curiosity, and your willingness to soften. Recall times when you felt balanced, perhaps in moments of quiet meditation, gentle movement, or a walk in nature. How did your body feel? How was your mind? Can you invite some of that feeling back? Now you may also remember times when imbalance led to discomfort, when pushing too hard led to exhaustion, or when withdrawing led to loneliness. These memories are teachers reminding you of the wisdom of moderation. The middle way asks you to hold these lessons with compassion, to honor both your strength and your vulnerability, to meet yourself with kindness as you learn this dance. As you breathe, imagine roots growing from your feet, grounding you deep into the earth, steady and strong. At the same time, feel your spine lengthen, reaching upward toward the sky, flexible and free. This balance of rootedness and openness supports you in every step you take. Breathe deeply into your belly, now inviting fullness and ease. Then exhale slowly, releasing all tension. Feel how the breath flows through your body like a gentle stream, washing away heaviness and inviting lightness. You are safe here in this balanced space where effort meets surrender. There is no need to rush or force. Let the breath be your guide, steady and kind. As your awareness deepens, you might sense a growing spaciousness inside a wide, calm field where thoughts and emotions come and go without clinging. This spaciousness is your natural state, your true home. Rest here for a moment. Breathe in calm. Breathe out peace. You are learning the art of balance, the middle way, that weaves harmony into your life. This path is yours to walk step by mindful step. With each breath, you grow steadier, softer, wiser. Know that this practice is always available to you no matter where life leads. When challenges arise, and they will, you have the wisdom and strength to meet them with balance. You do not have to carry burdens alone. Your breath, your awareness, your heart all support you. Imagine yourself walking that forest path again, steady and sure. You navigate the edges with care, neither rushing nor retreating. Each step is an act of mindfulness, an expression of your deepening wisdom. Allow this vision to fill you with calm and confidence. You are exactly where you need to be. Breathe in this truth. Breathe out any doubt. Balance is not distant or elusive. It is here now within you, soft and strong, fluid and firm, a gentle harmony holding you gently through the dance of life. Take one more deep breath in and exhale fully, releasing all tension. Feel yourself grounded yet free, balanced yet flowing. You walk the middle way, your path to peace. You bring your awareness now to the experience of suffering, a thread woven into the fabric of all existence, yet not a chain that binds you, but a passage through which transformation unfolds. Suffering arises in many forms. Physical pain that aches in your bones, emotional wounds that stir the heart, mental unrest that clouds the mind. It is a universal truth, an inescapable part of the human journey. Yet suffering need not be your enemy. It can be a teacher, a doorway to compassion, wisdom, and profound peace. As you settle into your breath, feel its slow, steady rhythm grounding you here and now. Imagine a river winding through a valley, sometimes placid and clear, sometimes rushing wildly over stones and branches. The river does not resist its path. It embraces the flow, moving with grace and strength despite obstacles. You too can learn to meet your suffering with this same openness. The Buddha's teachings begin with the truth of suffering, dukkha. But this acknowledgement is not to instill despair, but to awaken understanding. Suffering arises from craving and clinging, our deep desire for things to be other than they are. When we resist reality, when we clutch tightly to what is pleasant or push away what is painful, suffering intensifies. Reflect now gently. Where in your life do you feel resistance? What pain have you tried to avoid or deny? As you bring your breath to that tender place within, breathe gently into the discomfort. Imagine your breath as warm water flowing over rough stones, softening their edges. Allow yourself to feel fully without judgment or hurry. There is a Zen story of a traveler who came to a wise monk carrying a heavy burden of sorrow and regret. The monk led him to a quiet pond where the surface reflected the sky and clouds. The traveler asked, "How can I let go of my pain?" The monk smiled and said, "See how the water reflects the clouds without holding them. Your suffering is like those clouds passing shapes in the vast sky of your mind. Learn to be the sky, vast and steady, holding all that comes without grasping." This metaphor invites you to recognize the spaciousness within your true nature, beyond passing emotions and thoughts. You are not the storm. You are the sky in which the storm appears. You might notice waves of emotion rising now: grief, anger, fear, confusion. This is natural. Welcome them with gentle breath as if greeting an old friend. There is no need to flee or fight. Each feeling has a place to be seen and felt. Acceptance is not resignation or defeat. It is the courageous act of saying yes to what is creating space for healing to begin. When you open to your pain without resistance, you invite transformation. Imagine holding your suffering like a fragile flower. You do not crush it in your hands, but you also do not clutch it so tightly that it wilts. You cradle it with tenderness, honoring its presence without allowing it to overwhelm. There is great courage in this delicate balance. You do not need to fix everything at once. You do not need to understand all the reasons. You only need to be present, fully, kindly, patiently. As you breathe, feel this presence expanding. Let it enfold your pain and your heart with a soft light. You are not alone. All beings suffer. All beings long for peace and happiness. This shared experience connects you deeply to the web of life. Let this connection foster compassion first for yourself, then extending outward to others. Compassion is the balm that softens suffering, making it lighter to bear. It opens the heart, creating room for hope and renewal. Visualize a warm, golden light filling your chest, slowly spreading through your body, dissolving shadows and tension. This light is your true essence, kind, wise, resilient. Rest here in this light, breathing deeply, feeling safe and whole. Suffering does not define you. It is part of your path, not your destination. Breathing in, say silently, "I am here." Breathing out, say silently, "I am enough." You might recall moments when suffering felt overwhelming, times of loss, illness, or deep disappointment. Yet beneath the pain, you found a quiet strength, a flicker of peace that no hardship could extinguish. This strength is always with you. It is the core of your being, unshaken by external storms. Imagine now a vast ocean, waves rising and falling endlessly. Sometimes the waves crash fiercely. Other times the sea is calm and glassy. You are like the ocean itself, holding all these waves, vast and unchanging beneath their surface. You are both the wave and the ocean, the experience and the witness. This awareness does not eliminate suffering, but changes your relationship with it. You learn to ride the waves rather than be drowned by them. You learn to meet yourself with kindness, even in the darkest nights. Feel your breath move freely now, carrying you deeper into stillness. Let go of any need to control or judge. You are held. You are safe. There is a gentle wisdom in your heart inviting you to rest. Perhaps you feel ready to forgive yourself or others for pain caused. Forgiveness is a gift that frees you, not condoning harm, but releasing the burden of bitterness. Imagine forgiveness as a gentle river washing away debris, leaving smooth stones beneath. You do not need to force forgiveness. Simply plant the seed and nurture it with patience. Healing is a process, not a race. Breathe into that process, trusting life's unfolding. There is a natural rhythm to suffering and healing, like seasons that turn night, that follows day, the slow unfolding of a lotus flower. Your suffering is the soil in which compassion grows. Your pain is a doorway to deeper understanding and connection. When you meet suffering with acceptance and kindness, you become a beacon of light, not just for yourself, but for others. You shine with the radiance of one who has known darkness yet chooses love. In this space you find peace, not the absence of pain, but the presence of deep, unwavering calm. As you prepare to rest, carry this peace with you. Let it fill your dreams and your waking hours. Know that no matter what arises, you have the inner resources to meet it. You have the breath, the awareness, and the heart. Take a final deep breath in and exhale fully, releasing all resistance. You are here. You are whole. You are at peace. You bring your awareness now to the image of the lotus flower, a profound symbol in Buddhist teachings of beauty, resilience, and awakening rising from the depths of muddy waters. The lotus does not shy away from the darkness below. Instead, it grows through it, reaching upwards toward the light with grace and quiet strength. This delicate flower invites you to see your own struggles, not as hindrances, but as fertile soil, where growth and transformation quietly unfold. Imagine the soft unfolding of the lotus petals at dawn, each layer revealing itself slowly and purposefully touched by the warm light of the morning sun. The flower remains untouched by the murky water beneath, yet it draws nourishment from it. This is the dance of life, the mingling of shadow and light, hardship and beauty. So too can you draw strength from your challenges, nourishing your inner self with the wisdom they bring. Think back to moments in your life when you faced difficulties, perhaps a loss, an illness, a period of uncertainty or grief. At first, it may have felt like being submerged in a swampy, heavy mud, stuck and weighed down by pain or confusion. But over time, just as the lotus roots deepen in the soil beneath the water, something within you began to take root: resilience, insight, acceptance. You may not have noticed this growth at first, but it was there all along, silently unfolding like the petals of the lotus, waiting for the perfect moment to bloom. The lotus flower teaches a powerful lesson. Growth and awakening are not always visible from the outside. Sometimes the deepest changes happen quietly beneath the surface, out of sight. But these changes are the foundation of true beauty and strength. As you breathe slowly and deeply now, bring your attention to the parts of your life where such quiet growth might be occurring. Maybe it is healing after a painful event. Perhaps it is the deepening of your patience or the expansion of your compassion. Maybe you are learning to forgive or to accept yourself more fully. Whatever it is, know that this inner unfolding is real and important. There is a gentle Zen story about a gardener who tended a lotus pond. One day, a visitor admired the vibrant, perfect blossoms and asked, "How do you make these flowers so beautiful?" The gardener smiled and said, "I do not control the mud or the water. I simply give them space and care and trust the lotus to grow in its own time." You are like that gardener in your own life, offering yourself patience, kindness, and space, trusting that your inner lotus will bloom when the time is right. This trust is itself a form of surrender, a letting go of the need to rush or force growth. It is the quiet faith that life is unfolding exactly as it should. Reflect gently. Where in my life am I waiting for growth or healing? How might I nurture patience and trust during this waiting? You may picture yourself as a lotus flower rising from the depths, strong and steady, resilient and radiant. Even when the mud feels heavy or dark, the lotus thrives, showing us that suffering and beauty are intertwined. The mud is not the enemy, but the source of nourishment. Your own hardships are not barriers, but the foundation upon which your growth stands. As you continue to breathe deeply, imagine the spaciousness within you, the fertile ground where transformation quietly occurs. This space is vast and still capable of holding all your experiences with gentle acceptance. The lotus invites you to embrace your whole self, including the parts that feel messy or difficult. Rather than pushing away your pain or denying your struggles, you learn to lean into them with curiosity and compassion. You might recall the image of the lotus seed buried deep in the mud for long months before it breaks the surface. The seed does not give up even when it is surrounded by darkness and uncertainty. It trusts that one day it will reach the light. This patience is a gift you offer yourself. It is a slow, steady unfolding, not hurried or forced, but guided by your inner wisdom. Breathe in strength, breathe out doubt. Feel your body soften as you allow this metaphor to settle deep inside. You are becoming more fully yourself, whole, alive, and free. There is no rush, no pressure. Growth is a natural process, like the turning of the seasons. In autumn, trees release their leaves, letting go of what no longer serves them. In spring, they burst forth with new life. Both are necessary parts of the cycle. You too move through seasons within your heart. Allow yourself to rest in this awareness now. You are the lotus in the mud blossoming through challenges. You are the promise of new beginnings emerging from the depths. As your breath flows steadily, imagine the petals of your lotus opening fully to the sun, releasing a soft fragrance that fills the air, a fragrance of peace, resilience, and hope. Feel the subtle power of this image ripple through your body and mind. Your heart may open a little more with each breath, inviting lightness and joy. Even if the journey feels slow or uncertain, remember that every moment of patience and self-care is a step toward blooming. There is no failure in waiting. There is only the unfolding. In this moment, rest in the stillness of your inner lotus pond. You are safe here. You are nurtured here. You are growing here. Take one more slow, deep breath and exhale, fully releasing all tension. Know that your inner lotus is alive and well. It is blooming now, and you are exactly where you need to be. You bring your attention now to the mirror of relationships, those deep and often complex reflections that reveal not only the nature of others, but the many facets of your own self. Every connection you have, whether fleeting or long-lasting, joyous or challenging, holds a sacred lesson, a chance to see more clearly into your heart and to practice compassion for yourself and for others. Imagine standing before a serene lake on a still morning. The water is perfectly calm, reflecting the sky and trees with exquisite clarity. This reflection is true, but also fragile, changing with every ripple of the breeze or movement of a fish beneath the surface. Relationships like this mirror reflect back to you parts of yourself. Sometimes they reveal your strengths, your capacity to love, to forgive, to support. Other times they show your fears, insecurities, or patterns that may cause pain or confusion. Yet, in every reflection, there is an opportunity to understand and heal. As you breathe gently, consider how your interactions with others have served as mirrors throughout your life. Perhaps a particular friendship has illuminated your kindness. Maybe a disagreement brought to light a part of you that yearns for acceptance or control. Perhaps a family bond has stirred feelings you were unaware of until seen in the light of another's gaze. These moments are gifts, sometimes wrapped in challenge, but gifts nonetheless. In Buddhist philosophy, relationships are not merely external ties. They are pathways to profound self-awareness and compassion. When you approach others with openness and kindness, you simultaneously meet yourself more fully. Every encounter holds a sacred space to practice presence, patience, and understanding. Take a quiet moment now to reflect. What have my relationships revealed about who I am? How can I cultivate more compassion for myself and others within these connections? There is a beautiful Zen story about two monks traveling together who came upon a young woman unable to cross a muddy path. One monk carried her across. Hours later, the other monk expressed frustration that his companion was still burdened by carrying the woman long after she had been set down. The first monk replied, "I left her there. Are you still carrying her?" This story reminds us about attachment, not only to physical burdens, but to emotional ones, like judgments, grudges, or expectations within relationships. As you breathe in this teaching, feel the invitation to release what no longer serves you. Resentments, fears, or narratives about yourself or others that weigh heavily on your heart. Relationships ask us to be present, to listen fully, without distraction or agenda, to see the other as they truly are beyond our desires or fears. Imagine water flowing gently, touching all it encounters without forcing or clinging. You can bring this same softness and acceptance into your interactions. Breathe deeply now and feel the subtle energy of your relationships. Sense the threads that connect you to others, the invisible bonds of love, history, shared experience. Sense also the spaces where freedom and individuality are honored. You may feel a longing to heal or deepen a particular relationship in your life. Hold this intention gently, free from expectation or pressure. Compassion and awareness are powerful tools that invite transformation, whether in your relationship with a partner, a family member, a friend, or even yourself. Remember, just as you see yourself reflected in others, they also see parts of themselves reflected in you. This reciprocal dance of connection is a profound opportunity for growth. Your presence can be a mirror of kindness, understanding, and acceptance that helps others heal and awaken, just as their presence can do the same for you. Your breath is the rhythm grounding you in this dance of relationship. With each inhale, draw in understanding and patience. With each exhale, release judgment and expectation. You are learning to navigate the mirror of relationships with a heart open and clear, cultivating peace within and without. As your heart softens, notice any resistance you may hold toward others or yourself. This resistance often arises from fear, the fear of being misunderstood, rejected, or hurt. Breathe gently into these fears, allowing them to soften in the light of your awareness. Imagine your heart as a vast sky capable of holding storms and sunshine alike. The clouds, your fears, judgments, and doubts come and go, but the sky remains open and expansive. In this spaciousness, there is room for forgiveness, not to condone harm or erase boundaries, but to release the heavy weight of resentment and anger. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself as much as to others. Imagine forgiveness as a gentle stream flowing through a dense forest, clearing debris, nourishing the earth, and bringing new life. This stream is patient and persistent, carving a path toward healing. You may not be ready to forgive fully, and that is okay. Even the intention to forgive plants a seed of freedom and compassion within you. Breathe into this intention now. There is a natural rhythm to relationships, the coming together, and the letting go, the giving and receiving, the closeness and the space. Like the tides, relationships ebb and flow. Some deepen and endure, others teach lessons and release. Your practice is to meet these rhythms with awareness and kindness, honoring what each moment offers. Recall a time when someone's presence brought you comfort, joy, or understanding. Hold that memory softly and feel gratitude bloom in your heart. Gratitude is a gentle balm that nurtures connection and nourishes your soul. Similarly, hold with compassion the times when relationships were difficult or painful. These moments, too, are teachers guiding you toward deeper self-awareness and resilience. As you breathe steadily, imagine the qualities you wish to bring into your relationships: patience, honesty, kindness, acceptance. Feel these qualities as seeds planted in your heart, ready to grow and flourish. You are the gardener of your connections. Tend them with care, water them with love, and give them space to breathe. And remember, the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. Your inner dialogue shapes how you relate to the world. Speak to yourself with the same kindness and understanding you wish to offer others. Take a moment now to offer yourself a gentle, compassionate phrase. Perhaps, "May I be peaceful," or "May I be kind to myself." Let this be the foundation for all your relationships. You are seen. You are connected. You are loved. In this awareness, you find peace. As you prepare to rest, carry this openness and compassion with you. Let it soften your dreams and warm your heart. Know that each breath you take is a bridge to connection, a sacred thread weaving you into the vast web of life. You are part of a beautiful unfolding story. You are enough just as you are. And in this, you find home. You bring your awareness now to the quiet mind, the vast open space that exists between your thoughts, the gentle stillness beneath the surface of mental noise. This silence is like the clear, endless sky stretching wide above you, untouched by passing clouds or shifting winds. It is there, always present, patiently waiting for you to notice and rest within it. As you settle softly into your breath, imagine yourself lying in a meadow beneath a vast blue sky. The air is still the sun warm upon your skin, and above the sky extends infinitely calm and serene. Clouds drift lazily across this expanse, sometimes casting fleeting shadows on the earth, but the sky itself remains steady and unwavering. Your mind is like this sky, often crowded with thoughts, worries, plans, and memories. Yet beneath this surface bustle lies a quiet openness, unchanging and whole. Notice the spaces between your thoughts, the brief moments where no story runs, no worry spins, no judgment arises. These are the gaps, the silent pauses that are the home of the quiet mind. Mindfulness practice invites you to rest gently in these spaces, not by forcing your mind to become empty, but by softly observing the rhythms of your thoughts and allowing them to come and go, like clouds passing overhead. Each breath you take draws you more deeply into this stillness, the spaciousness that holds all experience without attachment. Pause now to reflect. Can I meet my mind as the sky meets the clouds, with openness without clinging or resistance? There is a beautiful Zen story about a student who asked his master, "How can I quiet my mind?" The master replied, "Listen carefully to the silence between the raindrops." The student listened deeply and realized that the silence was as significant as the sound, just as the stillness within his mind was as real as the passing thoughts. Your mind's silence is just as full of presence, just as alive. It is a sanctuary that you can return to again and again. As you continue to breathe, you may notice the usual chatter of thoughts arising, reminders of tasks, worries about the future, memories of the past. Instead of engaging with these thoughts, observe them as if they were leaves floating on a gentle stream. Watch them come into view, and then drift away without resistance or pursuit. Then softly bring your focus back to the breath, the anchor grounding you in the present moment. The quiet mind is a place of profound peace and clarity, where wisdom arises naturally without struggle or strain. Imagine your mind as a still lake, its surface smooth and glass-like, reflecting the world with perfect clarity. Even the smallest ripple distorts the reflection, but as you practice mindfulness, you learn to calm the ripples, returning to the clear, serene surface where true insight dwells. Feel the relaxation spreading through your body as your mind quiets. Your jaw unclenches, your shoulders drop, your chest softens. The breath flows smoothly, steady, and gentle, like a soft wind caressing a field of tall grass. This stillness is your refuge, your inner sanctuary that remains accessible no matter what storms rage outside. Even in the midst of chaos, this quiet space within you holds firm a wellspring of calm creativity and insight. You do not need to silence every thought or empty your mind entirely. Such striving only creates tension and frustration. Instead, you simply create space, allowing stillness to emerge naturally amidst the flow of thoughts and sensations. Rest here now for a moment, in the vast open sky of your mind. Feel the freedom that comes with spaciousness. Breathe in calm, breathe out tension. Know that you are present, peaceful, and at home within yourself. To deepen this experience, imagine your mind as a vast ocean at dawn. The water is calm and reflective, the horizon wide and limitless. Waves gently lap the shore, rising and falling in a timeless rhythm. Sometimes the ocean is stirred by winds and storms. Other times it is smooth as glass. You are like that ocean, ever changing on the surface, yet deep and unshakable beneath. Just as the ocean holds all weather without judgment, you can hold all experiences, pleasant or unpleasant, with gentle acceptance. The surface waves are not you. Your true nature is the vast, steady depth below. If you notice thoughts or emotions arise like waves, welcome them without resistance. Watch their shape and movement. Notice their coming and going. Then gently return your awareness to the stillness beneath. In this way, the practice of mindfulness becomes a loving companionship with yourself, acknowledging every part of your experience without trying to change or control it. You might find it helpful to introduce a simple phrase as you settle into the quiet mind. I am here on the inhale. I am enough on the exhale. Let these words become a soft mantra, grounding you gently in presence and self-compassion. There may be moments when the mind feels particularly restless or loud. This is natural. Instead of battling the noise, practice welcoming it with curiosity. Imagine you are a vast sky that holds every weather pattern, sunshine, clouds, storms, all passing through without losing its essence. Mindfulness does not ask you to be perfect or peaceful all the time. It invites you to be present with whatever is welcome or unwelcome, with kindness. Over time, you will notice the spaces between your thoughts lengthen. The quiet mind becomes easier to find and sustain. Insights arise naturally, like stars emerging in a clear night sky. You become more aware of the richness and fullness of the present moment beyond stories and judgments. You begin to see life with fresh eyes, each moment sparkling with possibility. There is a Zen poem that beautifully captures this: empty your cup so that it may be filled. Become devoid to gain totality. The cup of your mind is vast and open. Let go of the clutter, the worries, the endless chatter. Create space to receive what life offers in each moment. As your breath slows, your mind settles, and you rest deeply in this spacious awareness. You are like the sky, open, vast, calm. Thoughts may come and go like clouds, but your true nature remains unchanged. You are peace. You are presence. You are home. Carry this quiet mind with you as you move through your day and night. Remember, the stillness is always within reach. Simply return to your breath. Return to the vast sky of your awareness, and find your way back home again and again. Take one last, slow, deep breath in, and exhale, fully releasing all tension. You are here. You are whole. You are at peace. You turn your awareness now to the seeds of habit, the subtle yet powerful patterns planted deep within your mind and body that grow quietly, shaping the course of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Habits are like tiny seeds scattered in fertile soil, often unnoticed at first, but over time they sprout, take root, and influence your entire landscape of experience. Some seeds blossom into beautiful flowers that nurture and sustain you, while others may grow into stubborn weeds that crowd out your peace and joy. Imagine a garden where countless seeds lie hidden beneath the surface. Some seeds grow into vibrant blooms, filling the air with fragrance and color, bringing nourishment and delight. Others, if left unchecked, sprout into invasive plants that threaten the garden's balance. Your mind is that garden, and your habits are the seeds. What you consciously choose to nurture will grow strong. What you neglect or resist may take over without your awareness. As you breathe gently, bring a quiet awareness to the habits that have taken root in your life. Which ones are nourishing habits of kindness, patience, mindful presence, or self-care that bring peace and joy to your days? Which habits feel like shadows, patterns of worry, self-criticism, distraction, or reactivity that drain your energy and cloud your clarity? There is great power in this awareness. Just as a gardener carefully tends their plants, removing weeds, enriching the soil, watering tender sprouts, you have the ability to observe your inner garden with care and choose what to cultivate and what to release. Reflect softly now. What seeds of habit flourish in my mind and heart? Which ones bring me life, and which ones hold me back? Buddhist wisdom teaches that habits are not fixed or permanent. They are like the soil itself, mutable, responsive to care and intention. Through mindful awareness and compassionate action, you can uproot unhelpful patterns and plant new seeds of wisdom, kindness, and freedom. There is a story of a farmer who dreamed of a flourishing orchard. He labored diligently, preparing the soil with patience, selecting the finest seeds and nurturing each sapling with gentle care. Seasons passed, and the orchard blossomed, bearing sweet, nourishing fruit. This orchard is your life. The soil is your mind, the seeds are your habits, and the fruits are the experiences you create. With each breath, feel the possibility of transformation stirring within you. Imagine planting seeds of gratitude, forgiveness, patience, and loving kindness deep in the fertile ground of your heart. Visualize these seeds germinating, pushing through the soil, reaching toward the light with strength and grace. At the same time, gently acknowledge the weeds, habits of fear, anger, impatience, or self-doubt that may have crowded your inner garden. See yourself tenderly pulling these weeds out, making space for the seeds of peace and joy to grow. Your breath is the gardener's tool, tending the inner landscape with steady attention and care. Each inhale nourishes the roots of your being. Each exhale releases what no longer serves you. There is no hurry or harsh judgment in this process. Change unfolds in its own rhythm, like the turning seasons, the gradual unfurling of a delicate bud, or the steady growth of a mighty tree. As you breathe, bring your attention to one small habit you wish to nurture today. It might be a simple act of kindness toward yourself, offering a moment of rest when you feel tired, speaking gently to your inner critic, or pausing before reacting in frustration. It could be a new intention to listen more deeply to others, to breathe fully in moments of stress, or to practice gratitude daily. Commit to planting this seed with intention and patience. Water it with mindful presence and watch for its first sprouts. Know that even the smallest seed can grow into a towering tree, providing shade, shelter, and nourishment not only for yourself, but for those around you. You are the gardener of your inner world. With patience, love, and care, you create a rich and fertile ground where peace, joy, and wisdom can flourish. Rest now in this awareness, feeling the fullness of possibility within you. You are tending your garden with gentle hands and a loving heart. You are planting seeds of transformation that will bloom in time. You are growing into your fullest, most vibrant self. Breathe in hope. Breathe out doubt. You are becoming. You are blossoming. You are whole. You may also notice that habits often form not only in your mind, but also in your body, patterns of tension, posture, or movement that reflect your inner state. Mindfulness of the body can reveal these embodied habits, offering a path to release and renewal. Imagine the tightness held in your shoulders or the shallow rise and fall of your chest during stressful times. Bringing gentle awareness to these sensations allows you to begin softening and changing patterns that no longer serve you. With each mindful breath, invite relaxation into areas of tension. Let your body become an ally in your journey of transformation. You might also consider the role of repetition and ritual in shaping your habits. Daily practices, whether simple or profound, serve as nurturing waters that feed your garden. Establishing even brief moments of mindfulness, gratitude, or kindness can anchor you in peace and resilience amid life's challenges. Remember, no garden grows overnight. Your inner landscape evolves with care and patience. Celebrate each small sprout, each tender leaf as a sign of progress and hope. And when you stumble or forget, return gently to your breath and your intention. Forgive yourself as you would a dear friend, knowing that growth is a lifelong journey filled with both setbacks and breakthroughs. In this way, the seeds you plant today will bloom tomorrow, shaping a life rooted in compassion, clarity, and joy. Let your breath be the steady rhythm guiding you forward. Feel gratitude for your capacity to change and grow. You are the gardener, the soil, and the seed. You are the blossoming flower and the shining sun. You are whole. And you are enough. You bring your awareness now to the simple yet profound parable of the empty cup, a timeless Zen teaching that invites you to explore openness, humility, and the readiness to receive. This story gently reminds you that transformation begins not with accumulation, but with spaciousness, a willingness to let go of what no longer serves, making room for new understanding, healing, and growth. Imagine yourself as a student, eager and curious, approaching a wise teacher. Your mind is filled, overflowing even with knowledge, opinions, assumptions, and stories you have gathered over time. You arrive holding your cup already brimming to the edge. The teacher offers to pour you tea, but as the cup cannot hold any more, it spills over the sides, wasting the precious liquid. The teacher gently says, You must first empty your cup before it can be filled. This simple scene holds a profound truth. Growth begins with surrender. You cannot receive what you need if your mind and heart are already filled with the past, with judgments, with fixed ideas of who you are and what life should be. To open to new wisdom, to true peace, you must first create space. As you breathe gently, now reflect softly. What is filling my cup at this moment? What are the thoughts, beliefs, or feelings that crowd my awareness and prevent me from receiving something new? Perhaps it is worry about the future, regrets from the past, or rigid expectations about how life should be. Maybe it is the voice of your inner critic telling you that you are not enough, not ready, or not worthy of peace. Invite these mental contents into your awareness without judgment. See them as leaves cluttering the floor of your inner room, waiting to be swept away so you can breathe freely. There is no rush or force in this clearing. It is a gentle, patient process, like the gradual clearing of clouds to reveal the bright blue sky beneath. Imagine your mind as that cup made of delicate porcelain, beautiful but fragile. What would it feel like to set the cup down, empty it of old worries and worn-out stories, and hold it open to receive fresh rain or sunlight? Feel your breath as the quiet river flowing through this inner space, gently washing away the clutter. With each exhale, release what no longer serves. With each inhale, invite calm and openness. This act of emptying is not about becoming hollow or void. It is about spaciousness, the fertile soil, ready to receive the seeds of insight and peace. In Zen practice, this quality is called beginner's mind, a state of openness, curiosity, and lack of preconceptions, like a child seeing the world for the first time. Beginner's mind is free from rigid ideas or fixed outcomes. It welcomes whatever arises with warmth and interest. As you breathe now, invite beginner's mind into your heart. Let it soften the edges of certainty and control. Allow yourself to be a beginner once more. This humility is the heart of true learning and transformation. It invites you to meet life freshly, moment by moment, without the burden of past conditioning or future worries. Consider the rhythms of emptying and filling in your daily life. Each night you rest and let go of the day's concerns. Each morning you rise anew, ready to receive the unfolding day. Nature teaches this cycle too. The seasons empty the trees of leaves, only to fill them again with blossoms. The ocean breathes with the tides ebbing and flowing in endless renewal. You are part of this natural rhythm of letting go and receiving. As you deepen into this awareness, you may notice resistance arising, perhaps the urge to hold tight to certainty, to cling to familiar patterns, or to guard against vulnerability. This is natural. The mind fears emptiness because it associates it with loss or danger. But the emptiness of the cup is not emptiness at all. It is openness, freedom, and potential. Imagine a vase waiting to be filled with water or flowers. It holds space for life to flow in and out. Allow your mind to become this vase, open and welcoming. There is a powerful invitation here to surrender your need for control. To rest in the trust that life's unfolding is enough even when it is uncertain. The teacher in the story pours slowly, patiently, knowing that only an empty cup can receive the richness of the tea. This patience is a gift. You give yourself the grace to allow your transformation to unfold naturally, without rush or force. As you breathe, bring your attention to your heart space. Feel it opening like a flower ready to receive. Notice the warmth, the softness, the spaciousness. You may want to place a hand gently over your heart, offering a gesture of kindness and grounding. Let the breath move in and out with ease, carrying you deeper into stillness. Know that the process of emptying and filling continues throughout your life, each moment, an opportunity to release and to welcome. Sometimes you will need to empty more deeply, letting go of old wounds or fears. Other times, you will receive more fully the sweetness of joy, connection, or insight. Both emptying and filling are part of your path. Neither is better or worse. Both are necessary. As you rest in this space now, imagine the cup gently tilting water, spilling gracefully onto the earth, nourishing new growth. You are the cup, the water, and the earth, all flowing and transforming together. Feel gratitude for your capacity to release and receive. You are learning the art of openness, the profound practice of the empty cup. This practice brings humility, wisdom, and peace. Carry this awareness with you as you move through your day and night. When your mind fills with clutter or distraction, remember to return gently to your cup. Empty it with kindness. Make space and prepare to receive anew. Take one last deep breath in. Exhale fully, releasing all that no longer serves. You are here. You are ready. You are whole. And in this readiness, you find your true self. You bring your awareness now to the profound embrace of silence, the deep, living stillness that exists beyond the noise of thoughts, words, and distractions. This silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is a vibrant presence, a sacred space within you where peace resides, insight blossoms, and the heart opens wide. It is a refuge, a sanctuary, and a wellspring of renewal, waiting quietly beneath the surface of everyday life. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of an ancient forest at dawn. The air is crisp and cool, touched by the scent of pine and damp earth. The world is hushed as if holding its breath before the sun rises. No birds sing yet. No rustling wind stirs the leaves. The silence is deep but alive, filled with the subtle hum of life resting and preparing to awaken. In this silence, you feel a vastness that is at once soothing and expansive, inviting you to enter and rest. As you settle gently into your breath, allow the external sounds, the distant rustle of leaves, the faint drip of dew to fade into the background, becoming part of the larger whole of your awareness. Turn your senses inward and listen deeply, not with your ears, but with your whole being, to the silence that exists between each breath, between each thought, between moments. Reflect softly. What does true silence feel like inside me? Can I welcome this stillness fully without resistance or fear? There is a beautiful Zen story about a student who was desperate to find enlightenment. He approached his master and asked, "How can I awaken? How can I find peace?" The master replied, "Sit in silence and listen to the sound of one hand." The student was puzzled but obeyed. Sitting in deep quietude, he eventually perceived the subtle rhythms and pulses within himself, the silent music of existence. This teaching points to the sacred silence within you, the soundless, boundless presence that is always there if you learn to listen. As you breathe in now, feel this silence expanding within your chest, your belly, your entire being. As you breathe out, allow any tension, distraction, or noise to dissolve into the vast quiet. This silence is not emptiness, it is fullness without form. It is the fertile ground from which clarity, creativity, and healing naturally arise. Sometimes silence may feel uncomfortable or even intimidating because it reveals what usually remains hidden: your fears, your doubts, your unspoken longings. But this is also its great gift. By sitting with silence, you meet yourself deeply and truthfully. You discover that beneath the surface turbulence, you are steady and whole. Imagine yourself now sitting by a still, crystal-clear lake at the break of dawn. The surface of the water is smooth and mirror-like, perfectly reflecting the soft colors of the sky and the surrounding trees. In this silence, you see yourself reflected without distortion, beyond stories, beyond roles, beyond masks. Allow this image to fill your mind and heart. Feel the relaxation that spreads through your body as your mind quiets and your breath deepens. Your jaw unclenches, your shoulders drop gently away from your ears. Your chest rises and falls with ease. There is no need to strive or force anything in this moment. Simply rest in the silence, allowing it to surround you like a warm, protective cloak. It holds you tenderly and listens without judgment. You may notice thoughts, sensations, or emotions arising. This is natural and welcome. Instead of chasing after them or pushing them away, observe them with gentle curiosity. See them as clouds drifting lazily across the vast sky of your mind. They come and go. You remain the spacious sky open, steady, and calm. With continued practice, this silence becomes your refuge, a sacred space you can enter anytime, anywhere to find peace, clarity, and renewal. It is a place where the noise of the world fades away, and the gentle voice of your true nature can be heard. Breathe deeply, feeling this stillness growing within. Imagine it as a vast, open sanctuary inside you, where you can lay down all burdens and be fully yourself without fear or pretense. This silence holds you with tender care. It does not demand change. It simply is. It supports your unfolding, your healing, and your awakening. You do not need words to communicate here. This is a realm beyond language, beyond thought. It is the heart's pure language, one of presence, compassion, and deep listening. Rest here now for a moment longer. Feel the spaciousness of your being. You are silence. You are peace. You are whole. Allow this quiet presence to infuse your entire being, soothing every cell, calming every nerve. Carry this silence with you as you move through your day and night. Know that it is always within reach, waiting patiently for your return. Whenever your mind becomes restless or overwhelmed, remember this place. Simply close your eyes, breathe deeply, and enter again into the vast open sky of your mind. Each return to silence strengthens your capacity for calm clarity and compassion. It renews your connection to yourself and to all life. In this sacred stillness, you find home. Take one last slow, deep breath. Feel the coolness of the inhale. Feel the warmth of the exhale. Settle fully into this quiet presence. You are here. You are present. You are home. You bring your awareness now to the profound and beautiful truth of interconnectedness, the subtle, invisible web that links all beings, all moments, all breath into one seamless, living whole. This truth is a cornerstone of Buddhist teaching, inviting you to recognize that your existence is never separate or isolated, but always woven into the vast tapestry of life, stretching across time and space. As you settle deeply into your breath, feel how each inhale draws in air that has traveled from faraway forests, oceans, and mountains. This breath carries with it the essence of trees, animals, and wind currents across the world. Each exhale flows back out, mingling again with the atmosphere, touching lives unseen. You are both unique in your being and inseparable from this great ongoing dance. The air you breathe connects you intimately with every living thing on this planet. Reflect gently now. How am I part of this greater whole? How might knowing this change the way I see myself and the world around me? There is a timeless story told in Buddhist circles about a wave dancing on the surface of the ocean. The wave was proud of its form motion, and power feeling separate and distinct. But the wise ocean whispered softly, "You are not apart from me. You are the ocean itself, moving and alive." This parable reminds you that individuality and unity coexist. You are a singular wave, alive and vibrant, yet you belong fully to the ocean part of something vast and eternal. As you breathe in this truth, feel the rhythm of your life flowing in harmony with all life around you. Heartbeats, synchronize cells, renew seasons, turn rivers, flow. This is not merely a poetic metaphor, but a living, breathing reality. The trees inhale the carbon dioxide you exhale. The rivers carry nourishing rains to the lands that grow your food. Every choice you make ripples outward in ways seen and unseen, touching lives in ways beyond your immediate perception. In this awareness, gratitude arises naturally, gratitude for your place in the great web of life, for the countless unseen beings and elements that sustain you. You are never truly alone. You are enfolded within a vast family of beings connected through breath, blood, and spirit. Visualize yourself standing beneath an ancient, towering tree, its roots thick and intertwined deep in the earth, its branches spreading wide into the sky. This tree is a singular marvel, yet it is inseparable from the forest that surrounds it. Its strength and resilience come from its union with the earth and the forest community. As you breathe, sense your own roots extending deep into the ground beneath you, drawing stability, nourishment, and grounding energy. Feel your branches stretch upward, open to the sky's infinite expanse, free and spacious. You are both rooted and expansive, grounded and soaring. The teaching of interconnectedness invites humility, awe, and reverence. It softens the rigid boundaries of the ego, dissolving the illusion of separation, and opens your heart wide to embrace others with compassion, understanding, and respect. In your daily life, this understanding calls you to mindfulness and kindness. Your thoughts, words, and deeds are threads woven into the great cosmic tapestry, each one carrying weight and significance. Consider the power of small acts, offering a smile to a stranger, listening deeply to a friend, acting with integrity and care. These seemingly minor moments contribute to the health and beauty of the entire web. You might also reflect on how suffering and joy are shared experiences interwoven within this interconnected whole. When one being suffers, all suffer in some way. When one rejoices, all rejoice. This is the essence of compassion and empathy. The realization that your happiness and pain are intimately connected to the happiness and pain of others. As you continue to breathe, let this sense of oneness wash over you, like a gentle tide softening the hard edges of separation and opening your heart to the vast embrace of belonging. You are not alone. You are a vital thread in the fabric of existence. You are both the ocean and the wave, the tree and the forest. You are alive with all that lives. And in this interconnectedness, you find deep, abiding peace. Breathe in unity. Breathe out division. Feel the seamless flow of life within and around you. Rest here now, cradled in the embrace of this great connection. You are held. You are home. You are whole. This awareness can transform the way you move through the world. You begin to see your actions and choices as part of a vast dance. Your kindness creates ripples of love. Your anger casts shadows. Your compassion lights the way. With this insight comes responsibility, but also profound freedom. The freedom to live with awareness, to act with care, to open your heart fully. Imagine now a web of golden threads stretching infinitely in all directions. Each thread vibrates with life and connects to countless others, forming a luminous net of energy and light. You are one node in this radiant network connected to all others. Allow yourself to feel the warmth of these connections, some close, some distant, binding you to friends, family, strangers, animals, plants, mountains, rivers, and stars. No being stands alone. No experience exists in isolation. Your life matters deeply in this web. As your breath flows gently, feel gratitude deepen within you for the earth beneath your feet, the air filling your lungs, the water nourishing your body, the sun warming your skin, and the countless unseen lives supporting you every moment. Let this gratitude open your heart like a blossoming flower, radiant and inviting. And as your heart opens, allow compassion to flow freely, not only toward those you love, but toward all beings who share this journey. See their faces, their stories, their struggles and joys. Feel the unbreakable bond that connects you. You are part of this living, breathing whole. You are both distinct and inseparable. Embrace this paradox with grace. Take a deep breath in now, drawing in this sense of unity and love. Breathe out, releasing all feelings of separation, isolation, or fear. You are connected. You are alive. You are home. And in this knowing, you find peace that transcends words. Rest here a little longer, bathed in this gentle light of interconnectedness. Know that you carry this awareness with you always. It is a sanctuary, a source of strength, a wellspring of compassion. You are held by life itself. You are part of the endless, wondrous dance. And all is well. You bring your awareness gently now to the sacred art of presence, the profound simplicity of fully inhabiting this moment exactly as it is, without striving, without needing to change or fix anything. Presence is the heart of mindfulness, the steady light that guides you through the shifting currents of life. It is the soft ground beneath your feet when the world feels uncertain, the quiet wellspring of peace you can return to again and again. Imagine yourself as a towering ancient tree, its roots planted deep into the earth, drawing strength and stability from the soil beneath. Its branches reach freely toward the sky, swaying with the breeze, yet unbroken, grounded yet flexible. This is presence, a calm, unshakable openness to whatever comes, a graceful acceptance of life's rhythms. As you settle into your breath, notice the weight of your body as it rests comfortably. Feet touching the earth's spine, erect but relaxed chest, rising and falling with ease. Feel the air softly brushing your skin, the faint sounds around you, the subtle vibrations of life within. You are here, completely, fully, without distraction. Reflect quietly. What does it feel like to be fully present without judgment, without expectation? Simply resting in the now presence is not something to achieve or obtain. It is a letting go of busyness and resistance. It is the gentle pause in the endless cycle of doing and thinking, a sacred space where you can simply be. There is a timeless Zen teaching that says, when you walk, just walk. When you sit, just sit. This invitation is simple, yet profound, to bring your whole attention to whatever you are doing in this moment, whether it is a breath, a step, or simply the stillness of sitting. To live fully in each moment is to awaken to the richness of life itself. As you breathe in this teaching, notice if your mind pulls away, chasing worries about the future or regrets from the past. This is natural. Without harshness, gently bring your attention back to your breath, the steady anchor that roots you in presence. Presence is a loving practice of returning home again and again with patience and kindness. Imagine your mind as a still lake on a clear day. The surface reflects the sky and trees perfectly when calm. When waves arise, thoughts, emotions, sensations, You watch them with gentle curiosity, allowing them to pass without grasping or resistance. Each breath deepens your calm and your clarity. Presence awakens your connection to the small miracles around you, the intricate pattern of a leaf, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the delicate sound of your breath. In presence, gratitude blooms not for some distant achievement or possession, but for this very moment with all its imperfections and gifts. You might bring to mind a moment of joy or peace from your day. A smile shared a comforting word. A quiet pause in the noise. Let this memory warm your heart. Presence invites you to expand your awareness, embracing all experience with compassion, whether pleasant or painful, loud or quiet. You are learning to rest deeply in the fullness of now. This resting is healing whole and true. As you prepare to close this practice, take a deep, full breath in. Exhale slowly, releasing any remaining tension. Feel your body softening, your mind settling. Know that presence is always accessible within you, a refuge in the storm. It is your natural state. You are here. You are present. You are peace. And in this presence you find your true home. Slow your breath now. Softly, gently allow the rhythm to slow. Each inhale becoming a tender invitation. Each exhale a soft release. Feel your body melting deeper into the support beneath you, the steady ground that holds you with quiet care. There is no need to rush, no need to hold on. Let your mind drift like a cloud on a vast, endless sky, soft light, moving effortlessly with the gentle breeze. Thoughts come and go. You watch without clinging, welcoming the stillness that lives between them. The world around you fades softly like the last colors of dusk slipping into night. You rest here in this gentle quiet, wrapped in a blanket of calm and peace. There is nothing to do now, no place to go, no problem to solve. Just this moment, pure and simple, a sacred space where you are safe and whole. Allow your heart to soften, feel the warmth of kindness flowing slowly like sunlight through autumn leaves. Know that you are enough just as you are. You are held in the embrace of this moment, held gently, lovingly, without condition. Breathe in the stillness, breathe out any lingering tension. Let yourself float softly into rest, a quiet harbor where peace waits patiently. May your dreams be calm and kind. May your waking moments be filled with grace. And now, with one last gentle breath, surrender fully to the quiet night. May you rest in peace and stillness.